here today to continue the conversation about what happened to Christina and why we've kind of taken a break and allowed Christina to recuperate and what happened to her health. So let's continue to part 2 of Christina's health, recuperation, and diagnosis and all of that information. Okay, Christina, when we last left off, you were talking and telling everyone about the neurologist and asking for a second opinion. So can you tell everyone about when you asked for a second opinion, were you given the option?
Yes, he actually did give me the option. He had no choice but to give us the option because we have, as patients, rights to a second opinion. And I suggest that you get a second, third, or fourth opinion if needed until you find a doctor that will actually listen.
Okay. Were you going for the second option?
Yes, we were going to go for the second opinion, and that's what all the MRI and nerve conduction study was for, so that they could forward all of that information to Emory University.
Okay. Did the doctor do any testing, MRI or etc. before your second opinion appointment?
No, all he did was the testing to forward all that information over. He didn't do anything else.
Okay. What was your reaction when the results came back from the test?
I was actually in shock, believe it or not. I was really in shock because we were banking that they were just going to say the same thing, that it was just ALS and that we were grasping at straws.
How fast were you admitted to the hospital, and how fast did they decide on surgery?
I was admitted into the hospital after they found the tumor on the MRI. They sent me straight over to the hospital after the doctor talked to us. And they were going to wait and do surgery that was on, I believe, like a Tuesday or something like that. And they were just going to wait until Thursday or Friday to do the surgery. But when the neurosurgeon actually looked at the images, he said, it's crushing her spinal cord. We can't wait. We need to do this the next day. So I was admitted into the hospital. By this time it was February, and that was February 7th of 2013. And they did the surgery February the 8th, I believe it was.
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay, after your surgery, did you regain feeling?
Not so much feeling. It's like that when you sleep on your arms too long or you sit a certain way too long and it feels numb. That's the way it felt. It wasn't so much feeling, but I could wiggle my toes and wiggle my fingers again finally. And I could breathe a little bit easier because the tumor was gone, even though there was still a lot of swelling in the spinal cord. I could they pricked my toes and everything, and I could start to wiggle my toes.
Can you tell everyone, what was your rehabilitation process like?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I stayed in the hospital for a week, and they did start some physical therapy there, which was basically getting me up and out of the bed and trying to walk. They were hoping I could make it at least 15 to 25 feet, but because I had been in a wheelchair so long, I had some atrophy to my muscles. I had a little bit of muscle wasting because I hadn't been able to walk. It consisted of that, occupational therapy, which is where they teach you how to like brush your teeth and stuff like that all by yourself. So we did that, and then on February the 13th, I was transferred to Siskin up in Chattanooga. Wonderful place, recommend it highly. And from there, I stayed at Siskin for probably a month. Probably the wheelchair. Okay. So so that we can roam around a little bit, roam a little bit, and cooked up in the room for 7 days.
Go.
Sorry, walkers and stuff. Doing intensive physical therapy, I mean like day in, day out, 7 to 8 hours a day, if not more, doing physical therapy and occupational therapy to learn how to walk again, how to eat again, how to dress myself, how to bathe myself, everything.
And do you still have any lasting effects from this ordeal?
Yes, actually I do. You wouldn't notice it when you see me out and about. I do feel though, if I overdo it, I feel my left leg, because that's the side that was affected the most and the longest. I feel my left leg, it's like harder for me to pick it up and like walk quicker. I do have lasting nerve pain from it, so I'm on medications for that. And I tried to put on some clogging shoes and do some basic stuff outside, and let's just say that I will never be able to go back to clogging unless it's just strictly for my enjoyment and not all the time, because after that it felt like my spine was going to come out of the top of my head because it's such a hard impact dance.
Hey everyone. Well, I hope you found that information informative, or at least you now know what happened to us in the clogging community. And bye.